They tell us to find our center, to seek that elusive state of inner peace where the mind is calm and the soul is at rest. In today's fast-paced world, the concept of mindfulness has become a buzzword, a trend that everyone seems to be chasing. From corporate boardrooms to personal retreats, the idea of being present and fully engaged in the moment is being sold as the ultimate solution to our modern-day stresses. To breathe, to be present. Mindfulness is everywhere. It's in our apps, our books, our daily routines. We're told that by focusing on our breath, we can find clarity and peace. But is it really that simple? Is the widespread adoption of mindfulness practices truly about helping us, or is there something more insidious at play? But what if this push for inner peace is actually about keeping us passive? What if the constant encouragement to meditate and stay calm is a way to divert our attention from the real issues? In a world where there is so much to be angry about, from social injustices to environmental crises, is it possible that mindfulness is being used as a tool to keep us from taking action? What if it's about silencing dissent, not anxieties? Think about it. When we're all focused on our inner peace, we're less likely to challenge the status quo. We're less likely to question the systems that create the very stress we're trying to manage. Could it be that the promotion of mindfulness is a way to keep us docile, to prevent us from rising up and demanding change? A workforce that's constantly meditating on their stress is a workforce that's not questioning the source of that stress. Is mindfulness being weaponized? Are corporations using it as a way to keep employees from questioning their working conditions, their pay, their rights? By encouraging us to look inward, are they hoping we'll ignore the external factors that contribute to our stress and dissatisfaction? Are they trying to pacify us, to make us more compliant, more accepting of the status quo? It's a question worth asking, because while mindfulness can undoubtedly bring benefits, it's important to be aware of how it might be used to manipulate us, to keep us from seeing the bigger picture. This isn't about throwing shade on meditation. Meditation and mindfulness can be powerful tools for personal growth and well-being. They can help us manage our emotions, reduce stress, and improve our overall quality of life. But we need to be mindful of how these practices are being promoted and used. This is about asking tough questions, about being aware of the potential for manipulation, about understanding that while inner peace is valuable, it shouldn't come at the cost of our awareness and our willingness to challenge injustice. We need to find a balance between personal tranquility and social responsibility, because when corporations start preaching Zen, it's time to check their bottom line. It's time to ask why they're so invested in our inner peace. Is it because they genuinely care about our well-being? Or is it because a calm, compliant workforce is easier to manage? We need to be critical thinkers, to question the motives behind the messages we're being sold. It's time to examine if mindfulness is the path to true enlightenment, or just a way to keep us quiet and complacent. True mindfulness should empower us, not pacify us. It should help us see clearly, not blind us to the realities around us. So let's meditate, let's find our center, but let's also stay awake and aware. Because true inner peace comes from not just being calm, but from being conscious and courageous. Silicon Valley loves mindfulness. Wall Street can't get enough of it. But why are these multi-billion-dollar corporations suddenly so invested in our inner peace? Could it be that a mindful workforce is a more productive workforce? One that's less likely to unionize, less likely to demand fair wages? Sure, meditation can be helpful. It can reduce stress, improve focus. But what happens when corporations use it as a band-aid solution? What happens when they offer meditation rooms instead of addressing toxic work environments? Suddenly, mindfulness starts to feel like a way to keep employees in check, a way to avoid real change, a way to say, just breathe and deal with it. Let's talk about the mindfulness industry. It's booming. In recent years, we've seen an explosion of interest in mindfulness and wellness practices. From meditation apps to luxury retreats, the market is flooded with options promising peace and tranquility. But behind this serene facade lies a multi-billion-dollar industry. Apps, retreats, workshops, it's a billion-dollar business. And someone's cashing in. The question is who? The mindfulness industry has become a lucrative field, attracting everyone from tech entrepreneurs to wellness gurus. These offerings are often marketed as essential tools for achieving a balanced life, but they come with a hefty price tag. We've got gurus selling enlightenment, CEOs peddling mindfulness programs. These programs are often integrated into corporate environments, promising increased productivity and reduced stress for employees. But are these initiatives genuinely aimed at improving well-being, or are they just another way for companies to boost their bottom line? It's starting to feel like spirituality is just another product to be packaged and sold. From meditation cushions to essential oils, the commercialization of mindfulness is hard to ignore. These products are often marketed with lofty promises, but do they deliver on their claims? Or are they just another way to capitalize on our quest for inner peace? Who benefits from all this? Is it the everyday person seeking solace in a chaotic world, or the corporations and individuals selling these high-priced solutions? The disparity between those who can afford these services and those who cannot is growing. Is it the people struggling to make ends meet, or the ones selling them meditation cushions made of organic, ethically sourced unicorn tears? The irony is palpable. While the wealthy can afford to indulge in these expensive wellness practices, those who might benefit the most are often left out. Look, there's nothing wrong with wanting to find peace. In fact, it's a noble pursuit. But when the path to peace is paved with dollar signs, we need to question the true motives behind these offerings. Are they genuinely designed to help us, or are they just another way to make a profit? But we need to be mindful of who's profiting off our desire for it. The commercialization of mindfulness can sometimes overshadow its true purpose. Instead of being a tool for personal growth and well-being, it becomes a commodity, accessible only to those who can afford it. We need to make sure that mindfulness doesn't become another tool for the rich to get richer while the rest of us are just told to breathe. True mindfulness should be inclusive, accessible, and free from the trappings of commercialization. Only then can it serve its genuine purpose of fostering peace and well-being for all. Should we meditate on inequality, or fight it? Don't get me wrong, meditation can be powerful. It can help us become more aware, more compassionate, but awareness without action is just awareness. We can meditate on climate change all day long, but it's not going to stop the glaciers from melting. We can practice mindful breathing while scrolling through news feeds of injustice, but it's not going to dismantle systemic racism. Mindfulness can be a tool for social change, but it shouldn't be a substitute for it. We can't let it become an excuse for inaction. It's not enough to simply be aware of the problems in the world. We need to do something about them. Mindful revolution, harnessing awareness for action. Here's the thing, mindfulness doesn't have to be passive, it can be a source of incredible power. When we combine awareness with action, that's when real change happens. Imagine a world where mindfulness fuels our activism, where instead of numbing us out, it wakes us up to the injustices around us, where it empowers us to fight for a better future. This is mindful activism. It's about being present with the world's suffering and then channeling that awareness into meaningful action. It's about using our voices, our platforms, our resources to create a more just and equitable world. Gap 1S, Section 6, Activism you can sit with. Practical steps for engaged mindfulness. So how do we practice mindful activism? It begins with understanding that mindfulness is not just about personal well-being, but also about being aware of the world around us. Mindful activism is about integrating our inner awareness with our outer actions. It's about being present in the moment and making conscious choices that reflect our values and beliefs. It starts with bringing awareness to our everyday lives. This means taking time to reflect on our daily actions and their impact. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this. By writing down our thoughts and feelings, we can gain clarity on what matters most to us and how we can align our actions with our values. Pay attention to where your money goes. Every dollar we spend is a vote for the kind of world we want to live in. By being mindful of our spending habits, we can support businesses and organizations that align with our values. This might mean choosing to shop locally, supporting small businesses, or investing in companies that prioritize sustainability and ethical practices. Support businesses that align with your values. When we make conscious choices about where we spend our money, we can drive positive change in the world. This can be as simple as shopping at a farmer's market, choosing eco-friendly products, or supporting companies that are committed to social justice and environmental sustainability. Educate yourself on the issues that matter to you. Knowledge is power, and the more we know about the social and environmental issues facing our world, the better equipped we are to take meaningful action. This might involve reading books, watching documentaries, or attending workshops and seminars on topics that are important to us. Read books, listen to podcasts, have difficult conversations. Engaging in thoughtful discussions with friends and family can help us to broaden our perspectives and deepen our understanding of complex issues. It's important to be open to different viewpoints and to approach these conversations with empathy and compassion. And then, take action. Use the knowledge and insights gained from these discussions to inform your actions and decisions. Volunteer your time, donate to organizations doing good work, use your voice to speak out against injustice. There are many ways to get involved and make a difference. Volunteering can be a great way to connect with your community and contribute to causes you care about. Donating to organizations that are working to create positive change can also have a significant impact. And don't underestimate the power of your voice. Speaking out against injustice and advocating for change can inspire others to take action as well. Mindful activism can be as simple as having a conversation with a friend or family member about a social issue that matters to you. These conversations can help to raise awareness and inspire others to get involved. They can also provide an opportunity to share ideas and strategies for taking action. It can be about making conscious choices about the products you buy and the companies you support. By being mindful of our consumption habits, we can reduce our environmental footprint and support businesses that are committed to ethical practices. This might involve choosing products that are sustainably sourced, fair trade, or cruelty-free. It's about showing up for yourself and for the world around you. Mindful activism is about being present and engaged in our communities and in the world. It's about taking responsibility for our actions and making choices that reflect our values. By practicing mindful activism, we can create a more just, compassionate, and sustainable world for ourselves and for future generations. Wake up and woke up. Don't let mindfulness be a snooze button. Mindfulness is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it can be used for good or for evil. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it. Don't let corporations or anyone else tell you how to find your peace. Don't let mindfulness become a way to silence your voice or numb you to the world's problems. Use it to wake up, not to tune out. Be present, be aware, and then get to work. The world needs your action, not just your awareness.